How does GDP per capita correlate with income inequality? Have you ever wondered how the average economic output per person in a country relates to how income is shared among its people? The relationship between gross domestic product per capita and income inequality is quite interesting and varies based on different economic systems. Gross domestic product per capita measures the average economic output per person in a country. On the other hand, income inequality shows how unevenly income is distributed among the population. You might think that a higher gross domestic product per capita would mean lower income inequality, but that is not always the case. In many capitalist economies, as gross domestic product per capita increases, income inequality can also rise. This happens because wealth often concentrates among those who own capital. A small group benefits significantly from capital income, while many others relying on wages that may not keep pace with inflation. From a socialist viewpoint, this situation is a major concern. Socialism criticizes the private ownership model that allows wealth to accumulate in the hands of a few. They argue that growth in gross domestic product per capita under capitalism can mask the increasing inequality. Socialists advocate for public ownership of production means to align income more closely with individual contributions. This approach aims to ensure that economic growth benefits everyone, not just a select few. Looking at real-world examples, some countries with high gross domestic product per capita manage to maintain low income inequality. This is often due to strong social safety nets, progressive taxation, and public services. For instance, Nordic countries combine high gross domestic product per capita with policies that redistribute wealth. They provide universal access to housing, health care, and education, which helps reduce the negative effects of inequality. In contrast, countries that transition from socialism to market economies often see rising income inequality alongside growth in gross domestic product per capita. As market forces and private ownership replace state control, the distribution of income can become more uneven. This shows that economic growth alone does not guarantee fair income distribution. The relationship between gross domestic product per capita and income inequality is complex. Higher gross domestic product per capita can lead to either increasing or decreasing inequality, depending on the economic system and policies in place. From a socialist perspective, addressing income inequality requires changes to ownership and distribution methods, not just an increase in average income. This means expanding public ownership and strengthening social programs to ensure that economic gains are shared more broadly.